So kom ek praat maar gou weer deur een. Okay, so sê weer. As jy gaan kyk, ek wil gou kyk of jy kan sien ja. Na daai driehoek. Nee? Then we can say that y over z will be equal to 18 over 6. Hier sal jy sien dat ek dit langs die kant geskryf. Nee. Okay. Now, let's go look at the second triangle, this one. Ons het mos al klaar gesê y over 7 is actually 18 over 6. And that will be equal to the x over 4. So ek is nou daar, nee? You've got to give a reason there, and the reason will be line parallel to one side of the triangle. Hulle is most proportional, nee? The ratio is the same, or the proportion is the same, nee? Okay, so if I cross multiply, I'll get 6x is equal to 4 times 18, and then we divide by 6 to get that 12. Okay, any questions there? Vir die van julle wat nou nie gister hier was nie. Okay, then at 1.2, we've got to get y over z. Now you'll see y over z, they say is 12 over 4, because x we just calculated is 12, so that's why they said 12 over this 4. And that simplified is 3 over 1. Maar, as jy nou gaan kyk na wat ons hier het, we said y over 7 is actually 18 over 6. And that simplified, again, gives you 3 over 1. So dieselfde ding, né? Okay, maar vereenvoudig, né? Goed, en onthou van jou rede, you've got to say line parallel to one side of the triangle. Okay, any questions? Goed, kan ek skip? Vir die mense wat nou nie gister hier was hier. Anyone still copying? Okay, jy klaar. Right, let's look at number 2. At number 2, it says that, en dit wil ek sommer gou so inskryf. AH is 6, met ander woorde daar so 6, over HC is 5. And then AE is 3, and EB is 7. So that whole thing is 7. No. Okay, now, they say that AH, we make 6x, and HC maak ons 5x. Oopsie. Okay, why do we use the x's? Hoekom gebruik ons x en a? Because of ratio. Good. Okay, dan sê hulle AE maak ons 3a. I can't use x again, want ek weet nie vir dieselfde, né? So I've got to use a different variable. And then that bottom part, we're going to make 7y. Okay, nou sê hulle AE over EF. So we are basically working with this triangle. And why did I choose that one? Want I've got to have the line parallel to one side of the triangle. So basically, I'm working with those two parallel sides, nee? Which means that I'm working with this big triangle. Okay, so in that triangle, this one, AE over EF will be the same as AH over HC. Dan, kom ons gaan stel in wat ons het. AE we said was 3y, EF we don't know because that was part of the 7y. Nee. Okay, then AH we say is 6 and HC is 5. Then if we cross multiply, we're going to get 15y is equal to 6 times EF. We divide by that 6, wat beteken dat EF will be 2,5y. Is julle okay met dit? Any questions there? Okay. So now that we have that, ek gaan gou hier inskryf. So EF is 2,5 wide, meaning I can now actually get BF. Nee, stem julle saam? Goed, so, kom ons kyk gou. Next, they talk about BG over CG. Okay, in other words, we are working with this triangle. Nee, ons werk gaan met daai driehoek. Maar, ek kan hom nou ongelukkig nie, oh wait, maybe I can. Jy moet hom nou so gaan kyk. Nee? Well, nou gaan dit daar sê. Met ander woorde, this over that will be the same as that as this. You guys see that? Nee? Jou papier kan jy mos nou maklik vat en omdraai. Okay, so they say BG over CG is equal to BE over FE. Dan gaan stel ons in BE, we have got a 7y. And FE, we worked out, was 7.5y. And that simplified will give me 14 over 5. Okay. Jy gaan sien dat hulle praat hier van BE op FE. But it wouldn't be wrong if you took the short one over the short one. Okay? It's the same thing. Is julle reg? Any questions? Please remember about your rules. Okay. Goed, kan ek skip? Okay, nommer 3 sê hulle vir my. In the figure, dan sê hulle daar vir my PV is 24, VR is 22 en ST is 12. Then they also give me parallel lines and then they ask you to calculate QR. So they want, kan ek nou nie doen nie? They want that full side. Nee. Okay. Nou, omdat ek net 'n gedeelte van hom het, gaan ek met ander woorde wil soek vir daai stukkie en ek gaan of wil kry hierdie hele stuk or just that small part. Nee. Okay, so that I can go and add them all up to get the full QR. Right, so at number 1, they say TR over 12 will be equal, will be equal to 22. So ek werk in hierdie driehoek. Sorry as dit skeef en krom is, maar dit moet nou met die muis gebeur. Okay, so if I work with that triangle, sien jy hierdie twee sye, daai enetjie is parallel aan een sy van my driehoek, nee? If you turn it like that. Okay, that's why we say TR over this will be equal to that part over this. So the main thing is to go look for those parallel sides every time, and then you can identify your triangle. So that right, so far? Goed, so as ek gaan instel, dan gaan ek sê TR maal met die 24 and then 12 times 22 and then divide by the 24 to get me 11. Nee, ek dink ek gaan daai sketsie gou probeer die kant toe gooi, want dan kan ek met my pen op hom teken. Nee. Dit gaan beter wees. Okay, so nou het ek gekry TR is 11. So all we need now is that part. Nee. So now I'm going to work in the big triangle. So let's say QS op, so I'm going to work in this one. Nee. So I'm going to say QS over 23. Waar kry ek daai 23? That was the 12 and the 11 that we just worked out. Nee? Will be equal to 24 over 22. Is julle reg so ver? Okay, dan van daar af is dit mos nou net cross multiply. to get that QS will be 276 over 11. Maar ek het hom eintlik as 'n desimaal gelos. 276 over 11. So if you wrote 25,09, that would also be correct. Or if you rounded it off maybe to 25,1. As it ook nog reg, no? Okay, so now that we have that, so I'm going to say this is 25,1. So now to get that full side, all I'm going to do is go add them all up. So 25,1 plus the 12 plus the 11 will give me the 48,1 centimeters. Is julle reg daar? Enige vrae? Lyk dit beter vandag of nie? Huh? Okay, great stuff. Can I skip? Hands up, we're still copying. Okay, number 4. Hier sê hulle vir my, in the figure, PQRS is a parallelogram. No. As soon as they tell you something like that, please go write or make notes on your sketch. Omdat dit 'n parallelogram is. What do we know about the properties of a parallelogram? Wat weet jy? Hulle is parallel en gelyk en hierdie twee ook. Okay, so let's go fill it in. So that one will be parallel to this one. And I've got to use 3 arrows here because that other one has already got 2. Sê by. Okay, I'm not going to write down the equal sign because that's not going to influence any of my triangles really if I look at it. No. Okay, wat weet jy nog? What about the diagonal? Is by 'n reghoek, ja. Is dit 90 grade? Maar wat weet ek ook van die lengte van hulle? Ja, met ander woorde, this diagonal is bisected by the second one. Nee. Okay. So, what I want you to see is that will be equal to this. Nee. En ook PO will be equal to OR. Do you guys agree? Right. Goed. Nou kom ons kyk gou-gou. They're saying let QB equal to 2y. Okay, so QB, let's make that 2y. So therefore, BR will be 3y. Okay, dit was mos my gegee. Nee. Okay, now RC over PO. So RC over, nee, is ek nou reg? CO, sorry, daarso. Because I'm working with this triangle, nee? Gaan dan ook wees 3 op 2. Are you guys good with that? Okay, so I'm going to go fill that in. So 3 over 2. En onthou jou rede, your reason will be line parallel to one side of the triangle. Okay, dan van daar af kan ek gaan sê, they say, stel RC is gelyk aan 3x. So RC is this big one, gelyk aan 3x, ekskuus daarso, RC 3x en CO 2x. Okay, PO will then be 5x. Hoekom? Hoe het ons daarby gekom? Because this 2, kyk nou, gaan skryf ek vir 2y and 3. Sorry. Okay, so these two together gave me 5x. Nee. And because the diagonals bisect each other, I knew that PO will also be 5x. Wie verstaan nie daai stukkie nie, or who doesn't see it? Okay, good. You guys know that when we have a parallelogram, okay, that is a given. That we all know. Nee. But if I were to go draw my diagonals, this will be the same as that. Nee, now you see it. Okay, sien jy dit nog nie? O, jy was by, daar was nog iemand se hand op gewees. Is jy reg? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Goed, so dis hoe ek weet dat PO is dan 5x. So now I can actually say PO over OC will be 5x over 2x, meaning 5 over 2. Okay. Wat is fout? Is jy nog vaak? Of is jy nie by nie? Oh. Okay. Is jy reg? Enige vraag? Goed, kan ek maar skip. Number 5. Ek gaan hom net weer die kant toe trek, dat ek op hom kan krap. Goed, by nummer 5 sê hulle vir my, determine from the figure x and y. Now, what I want you to see right from the start is I've got parallel lines here. Now, what do we know about parallel lines? Die afstand tussen hulle is presies dieselfde. Nee. Okay. So meaning, right, this side and that side will be the same. Nee. And if we look at our other two parallel lines, that one and this one, it means that the distance of BD and FE will be the same. Stem julle saam? Okay, met ander woorde, daai en daai is dieselfde. Nee. Goed, kom ons kyk gou-gou. Daar sal jy sien, heel aan die begin sê hulle vir jou BF is gelyk aan 15. We just saw Y. So this will be 15. Because it's opposite sides of a parallelogram. Hoekom het hulle geweet is 'n parallelogram? Because I had two pairs of parallel sides. Nee. Okay, then they say y over 15, meaning I am working with this big triangle. Nee? So y over 15 will be equal to 30 over 20. Nee, is julle reg daar? Remember about your reason, line parallel to one side of the triangle. Goed, dan kan jy daar gaan oor kruismaal, and then we'd get that y will be 22.5 centimeters. Right. Laat ek hoor, is daar enige vrae so ver? Okay, kom ons skryf net hier in, 22.5. Okay, dan wil ek gou vir x kry. I still got to solve x. So x over 20, kyk gou. We knew that that was 20 and therefore this will also be 20 because it was sides of a parallelogram, nee? Okay, so if you still look at this big triangle, but now moet jy gou jou kop onderste bo of jou bladsy onderste bo draai, nee? Kyk gou. X op 20 is gelyk aan 20 op 30. Sien julle dit? So this side is the one at the bottom. Nee. Okay. Dan gaan ek sê 20x is gelyk aan 30x gelyk aan 400 gedeel deur daai 30. So x will be 13 1/3 centimeters. Sê gebeur, jy het na die hele ding gaan kyk as een groot driehoek. Maar dit is wat ons gedoen het, ons het heeltyd met die groot. Hierdie. Van DE. Maar jy het hom bo op BD gebruik. En dan met AE op EC. Want kyk gou, onthou ek het nou gesê, nee, die geheim is om jou parallelle sye te gaan soek. So daar's my parallelle sytjie en hy's parallel aan my basis van daai driehoek. En dit is hoekom ek sê hierdie stukkie oor met daai stukkie. Gelyk aan daai stukkie met hierdie stuk. So ek gaan soek altyd heel eers my twee parallelle sye en dan gaan kyk ek okay, as ek van daai twee gebruik, hierdie een is hy onderkant is, kan ek 'n driehoek boontoe trek of as hierdie een my onderste sytjie gaan wees, kan ek miskien hiernatoe 'n driehoek trek. So dan gaan identifiseer eers jou driehoek. En dan gaan jy sien of jou onbekende wat jy moet uitwerk, in hierdie geval nou X, of hy lê binne in daai driehoek of nie. Dis maar wat ek doen. Okay, as die res van julle is daar vrae. Julle is baie stil, nou weet ek net nie, is dit oor julle weet wat aangaan, of is dit omdat julle nie weet wat aangaan nie, of is dit omdat julle aan die slaap is? The latter. All of the above. Okay. Right, kom ons kyk gou aan. 6. Kyk, nou. Nommer 6 was vir my nogal so lekker enetjie. Kyk gou hier. They're telling you that angle D1 is equal to angle D2. Nee, hulle is gelyk aan mekaar. En dan sê hulle vir jou van die parallelle lyne, but that's it. Nou, wat ek wil hê jy moet sien is, if I use these parallel sides, kyk gou daar. Sien jy verwisselende hoeke? Nee? Do you guys see the alternate angles? Meaning, ek gaan nou kyk na wat die redes daar is wat ons al geskryf het. Meaning, this side, this angle, will be the same as D2. Nee, maar D1 and D2 is the same thing. So can you see that this little triangle here will be an isosceles triangle? Nee. Met ander woorde, because that's 45, I knew this will also be 45. Nee, en nou het ek al so baie inligting bymekaar gemaak sonder om eers te kyk wat die vraag is. Okay. Goed. Ja. Kom ons kyk gou-gou. Hulle wil eintlik hê ek moet gaan uitwerk vir DC, that one. But, okay, let's identify my parallel sides. Ek het daarso en daarso. And you can see that because of that, we're going to work with this big triangle. Nee. Meaning, ek kan gaan sê dit op daai would be equal to this over that. Nee. Goed. En dit is dan nou hoe ek hier kom. Daar. DC over 45 is equal to 16 over 32. Reason being line parallel to one side of the triangle. En dan gaan maal ek net. So DC will be 22.5. Laat ek hoor. Any questions? Ek het nou nie deur daai boonste 3 stappies gegaan nie. Is everyone fine with that? Nee? Ek sien net daarna een rede sê dit hierso. It says isosceles triangle. Are we allowed to use that as a reason? Wat moet jy sê? Daar sê. Okay, dankie. Goed, kan ek maar skip na 7 toe? Right. Number 7. In driehoek PQR in die diagram sê hulle vir jou, okay, the parallel lines. It is further given that PU is 6 and UT is 9. Calculate PS over SQ. So PS over SQ. Met ander woorde, what triangle do I want to use for that? This big one. Nee. Maar I only have PT. I still got to get that bottom part. So I say that PS over SQ is equal to 6 over 9. Right? If I were to simplify that, it's going to give me 2 over 3. Right, so let's fill in 2 over 3. Put done. Complete. PT is equal to how many centimeters? Okay, al wat jy daarvan moes doen is P en T gaan by mekaar tel, and that's how I get the 15. Right, then 7.3. Calculate the length of TR. Nou dis nou waar ons eintlik moes gewerk het. We're going to use this big triangle, right? And we're going to say PT over TR is equal to PS over SQ. Now let's go substitute in. Ons weet dat PS is 2 en SQ is 3. En vir PT het ons nou net gesê is 15. So dan is dit net mooi gaan oor kruismaal. So TR will be 22.5 centimeters. Zeg weer. Die derde antwoord van 22.5 is baie?
Baie van 22,5.
Omdat dit so baie gebruik is, ja. Nommer 7 en nommer 3 het baie dieselfde gelyk, né? Okay. Kan ek maar skip? Right. Die was lekker. O is the center of the circle. Tangent RQP intersects chord ST produced in P such that angle P is equal to 90. SO produced intersects the tangent at R. OR is 9 and OQ is 3. Calculate, giving the reasons, the length of RQ. Okay. So ek wil heel eers gou hê hierdie boonste stukkie. Nee. And that we can just use with Pythagoras. Hoekom Pythagoras? Want, what do you guys know about from midpoint onto a tangent? Hy is altyd 90 grade, né? Yes. Okay, so daar sal jy sien RQO is 90 degrees because it's a tangent chord. And because of that, I can use Pythagoras in this triangle. So RQ squared plus 3 squared will give me 9 squared. En dan gaan werk jy maar so uit dat RQ is 6 wortel 2. Goed. At 8.2, now they're asking me to calculate QP, this one. So nou gaan ek daai volle driehoek gaan gebruik because these two angles were each 90. Nee? Het jy geweet dat ek net hier so skryf, that side will be parallel to this one. Nee. Hoe kon ek dit sê? That's 90 and this is also 90. So, one of two things. Ja, sê maar. Jy kon of gesê het co-interior angles of corresponding angles. No. Because of that, I knew that they were parallel. Okay. No. We said OQ is 3. Maar OQ is mos 'n radius. Nee. En wat van OS? Isn't that also a radius? So this will also be, oopsie. That will also be 3. Nee. Goed. So by die memo sê hulle vir jou QP over RQ is equal to SO over OR. So kom ons gaan stel in. We have got RQ, which was 6 square root 2. En onthou aan die onderkant van die vraag het hulle vir jou gesê, leave answers in simplified third form. So dis kom ek nie daar met desimale gaan sukkel het nie, né? Okay, and then over here we had 3 over the 9. En dan weer eens net oor kruis gaan maal. So kie P is dan 2 wortel 2. We leave it like that. Ek soek nie desimale nie. Okay. Any questions? It's my baie weird as julle so stil is. Is julle okay? Nee.